If you are thinking about learning SAP in 2026, then I would highly recommend watching this video until the very end. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is jumping straight into learning a module without having a proper roadmap. They watch a few random YouTube videos, someone tells them to learn ABAP, someone else says FICO is the best module, another person recommends BTP, and before they know it, they are completely overwhelmed. The good news is that learning SAP doesn't have to be complicated. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step roadmap I would follow if I were starting my SAP career from scratch today. I will also show you one resource that many beginners don't even know exists, and it could save you both time and money. So if you're serious about building a career in SAP, stick around until the end because each step builds on the previous one. Hi everyone, I'm Arun and welcome back to ERP is Easy, where we make SAP simple. Let's get started. Before we jump into the roadmap, I want to talk about the biggest mistake I see beginners making. Every week I receive messages from students asking questions like, should I learn FICO? Is ABAP still worth learning? Should I start with SAP BTP? Which module pays the highest salary? Now these are all good questions, but here's the problem. They are asking these questions before they even understand what SAP is or how everything fits together. Imagine trying to build a house without a blueprint. You might eventually get there, but you will waste a lot of time, money, and effort along the way. Learning SAP is exactly the same. If you have a roadmap, everything becomes much easier. So let's start with the very first step. This might sound obvious, but don't skip this step. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is treating SAP as just another software application. It's much more than that. SAP is an enterprise resource planning system, or ERP for short. What this really means is that SAP helps businesses manage almost every part of their operations in one integrated system. Think about any large company. They need to buy materials, manage suppliers, pay employees, manufacture products, sell to customers, raise invoices, receive payments, maintain equipment, run projects, manage warehouses. All of these business processes can be managed using SAP. Once you understand that SAP is designed to support how a business operates, the different module starts to make sense. Because at the end of the day, SAP isn't just about learning software, it's about understanding how businesses work. So before you start memorizing transaction codes or learning where to click, take some time to understand the business process behind the system. Let's take procurement as an example. A company identifies that it needs a product or service. It raises a purchase request. A purchase order is sent to a supplier. The supplier delivers the product, the company receives an invoice, and finally the supplier gets paid. This entire process can be managed using SAP. So if you are interested in SAP materials management, don't just learn how to create a purchase order. Understand why the purchase order is created, what happens before it, what happens after it, and how it connects with finance, inventory, and other parts of the business. That is what separates someone who simply knows how to use SAP from someone who can actually solve business problems using SAP. And this applies to every career path. If you want to learn SAP Finance, understand basic accounting processes. If you want to learn SAP Sales and Distribution, understand how businesses sell products and collect payments. If you want to learn success factors, understand how companies recruit, manage, and pay their employees. Learn the business process first, and the SAP system will start making much more sense. Once you understand the overall purpose of SAP, the next step is choosing a career path. And notice that I said one career path, not 5, not 10, one. SAP is a huge ecosystem, and it is almost impossible for one person to become an expert in everything. Even after working in SAP for around 15 years, there are so many areas of SAP that I don't know in detail. And that's completely normal. The goal is not to learn every SAP product. The goal is to become valuable in one area first. You can always expand your knowledge later as your career develops. So, how do you choose the right path? Start with your existing background, your interests, and the type of work you enjoy doing. If you come from an accounting or finance background, SAP Finance and Controlling may be a natural fit. If you have experience in purchasing, logistics, or supply chain, you could explore materials management, sales and distribution, extended warehouse management, or other supply chain solutions. If you are interested in human resources, you could look at SAP SuccessFactors. If you enjoy programming, you could explore ABAP, SAP Fiori, application development, and SAP BTP. If you enjoy infrastructure, cloud platforms, and troubleshooting, SAP Basis, security, or cloud architecture may suit you. And if you enjoy data, reports, and analytics, you could explore SAP Analytics Cloud, DataSphere, Business Data Cloud, or other data related technologies. Your degree doesn't permanently lock you in one career path, but it can give you a useful starting point. Choose the path that makes the most sense for you today, learn it properly, and then expand from there. At this stage, many people ask me which SAP module has the highest salary or which module will have the most number of jobs. These are understandable questions, but they shouldn't be the only reason you choose a career path. A module may be in demand today and become less popular in a few years. The technology will change, the job market will change, new products will appear. But if you genuinely enjoy an area, you're more likely to keep learning, become good at it, and build real experience. And over the long term, people who are very good at what they do will usually have better career opportunities than people who keep jumping from one trend to another. So don't chase every new SAP buzzword. Choose a solid starting point and develop depth. Once you have chosen your career path, start with the fundamentals. Don't immediately jump into advanced configuration, complex integrations, or artificial intelligence. Understand organizational structures. Learn the difference between master data and transactional data. Understand how different business processes connect with one another. Learn how users navigate SAP Fiori and where relevant SAP GUI. Also learn some basic terminology like what is a client, what is a company code, a plant, purchase order, sales order, transport. The exact fundamentals will depend on the path you have chosen, but don't underestimate this stage. A strong foundation makes advanced topics much easier to understand at a later stage. While learning the fundamentals, you may start feeling that there is simply too much to learn. That feeling is completely normal. Even experienced SAP professionals regularly come across products, processes, or technical concepts that they haven't worked with before. You don't need to know everything before applying for an internship, graduate role, or even entry level positions. You just need to demonstrate that you understand the fundamentals, that you have genuinely invested time in learning, and that you are capable of continuing to learn. So don't wait until you feel completely ready, because in SAP you may never feel completely ready. Focus on making steady progress instead. Now we have come to one of the most important parts of this video. Where should you actually learn SAP? Should you buy an expensive course? Should you join a training institute? Or should you continue watching random videos online? Before you spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on SAP training, there is one resource I strongly recommend exploring, and that is SAP's own official learning platform. SAP Learning provides self-paced courses and structured learning journeys across a wide range of SAP products and career roles. You can search by product, topic, or role. For example, you can find learning content related to SAP S/4HANA, finance, supply chain, success factors, SAP BTP, integration, development, data analytics, artificial intelligence, and many other areas. The advantage is that the content is created or curated by SAP. So instead of relying entirely on disconnected videos from different people, you can follow a structured path and understand which topics you should learn first. So what is a learning journey? A learning journey is essentially a guided roadmap for developing a particular SAP skill. It breaks a large subject into smaller courses and learning units that you can complete at your own pace. Some learning journeys are designed for complete beginners. Others are aimed at experienced consultants preparing for a particular role or certification. Let's say you want to learn SAP BTP. Instead of searching for random BTP topics and not knowing what order to follow, you can find an appropriate learning journey and work through it step by step. The same applies to many functional, technical, and development areas. Many self-paced learning journeys and courses are available for free. You generally need to create an SAP account, but you don't necessarily need to purchase a Learning Hub subscription just to start learning. So this should be one of the first places you visit after choosing your career path. However, don't make the mistake of opening 10 different learning journeys and completing none of them. Choose one journey that matches your goal. Start from the beginning. Take notes in your own words. Complete the knowledge checks and quizzes. And when a topic is difficult, use SAP documentation, SAP community, and videos to understand it more clearly. This is where YouTube can still be very useful. SAP Learning can give you the structure, while other resources can help you understand difficult topics from different perspectives. But you should still have one main roadmap. Otherwise, you may spend months consuming content without developing a complete understanding of anything. Now, if you are currently enrolled at a university or a college, pay close attention to this part. SAP currently offers SAP Learning Hub Student Edition to eligible university or college students and faculty at no cost. You need to register and verify your student eligibility. Once approved, the Student Edition includes access to SAP's full course portfolio, expert led live sessions, and cloud based SAP learning systems where you can practice. And importantly, it also includes 2 SAP certification exam attempts. So, eligible students can potentially learn SAP, gain access to practice systems, and complete an SAP certification without paying the normal subscription and examination costs. This is a genuinely valuable opportunity, especially for students who may not otherwise be able to afford SAP training. However, programs and eligibility requirements can change over time. So use the official link I have included in the description and check the latest requirements directly on SAP's website. Don't pay a training institute for something until you have checked what SAP already provides to you for free. I have also created dedicated videos about SAP Learning Hub on this channel. In those videos, I explain the platform in more detail and show you how it can support your SAP learning and certification journey. I'm not going to repeat the full walkthrough here because I want to keep this video focused on the overall roadmap, but I have provided the link in the description below. Once you have finished watching this video, you can watch that next to understand SAP Learning Hub in more detail. The next step is to practice, and this is where learning SAP becomes difficult for many beginners. You can understand a concept from watching videos or attending courses, but working inside a real SAP system is different. You need to see how the screen works, you need to understand the sequence of activities, you need to make mistakes and learn how to correct them. SAP offers free trial systems for some of their products. Just Google free SAP trial systems and you will find the official SAP link. Watching creates familiarity, but practice creates confidence. So try to use every hands-on opportunity that is available to you. Once you have completed a learning journey, the next question may be, should I get certified? An SAP certification can certainly be useful. It gives you a structured learning goal, it can strengthen your resume, and for someone without SAP work experience, it can demonstrate that you have made a serious effort to develop relevant knowledge. But certification is not a guaranteed job offer. You should not assume that passing one exam will immediately turn you into an experienced SAP consultant. Employers will still consider your understanding of business processes, practical knowledge, communication skills, problem solving ability, and overall attitude. So pursue a certification when it supports your chosen career path, but treat it as evidence of learning, not as a replacement for experience. If you don't yet have SAP work experience, look for ways to demonstrate what you have learned. For example, you could create a simple presentation explaining an end-to-end business process. You could document what happens from a purchase request through to supplier payment. A developer could build a small application or extension and publish the project on GitHub. You could write short LinkedIn posts explaining concepts you have learned. Or you could create a small portfolio containing your notes, process diagrams, exercises, and project work. The purpose isn't to pretend that you have implementation experience when you don't. Always be honest. The purpose is to show employers that you haven't just watched a few videos. You have understood the material, applied it, and developed the ability to explain it clearly. That last part is important. SAP professionals need technical or functional knowledge, but they also need to communicate with business users, project managers, developers, and other consultants in a project. So practice presenting your work and explaining complex topics in simple language. Once you have built the fundamentals, don't continue learning privately forever. Start connecting with people in the SAP ecosystem, join SAP community, follow experienced professionals on LinkedIn, attend webinars, meetups, and SAP events where possible. Speak with recruiters, apply for internships, graduate programs, support roles, junior consulting positions, and opportunities within companies that already use SAP. Your first role may not have the perfect title or salary. It may be a support role, testing role, business analyst position, or an internal opportunity within your existing company. That's okay. The first objective is to enter the ecosystem and gain exposure to real systems, real projects, and real business problems. Once you have that experience, many more career paths can open up. So let's just summarize quickly and bring everything together. First, understand what SAP is and how it supports a business. Second, choose one career path based on your interest and background. Third, learn the business process, not just the software screens. Then build strong SAP fundamentals. Use SAP Learning and follow a structured learning journey. Get as much hands on practice as you can. Consider certification when it supports your career goal. Build evidence of your knowledge and finally start connecting with people and apply for opportunities. You don't need to complete all of these steps in 1 month, and you definitely don't need to learn the entire SAP ecosystem. Take just one step at a time, and that is how a long term SAP career is built. If you are serious about learning SAP, don't finish this video and immediately open another 10 videos. Choose one action from this roadmap and start today. It could be choosing your SAP module, or you could set up your SAP Learning Hub account, or maybe you could enroll in your first learning journey. Let me know in the comments which SAP career path you are interested in and which step you are currently working on. I read your comments, and your questions also help me decide which videos to create next. And remember, I have linked my detailed SAP Learning Hub video and the official SAP Student Edition page in the description. If you found this roadmap useful, please give the video a like and consider subscribing to ERP is Easy for more simple and practical SAP career guidance. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.